Mastering bankruptcy considerations. Protect your IP, or kiss your competitive edge goodbye. Which strategies and best practices can the company implement to enhance its intellectual property management and protection, thereby preserving its competitive advantage and minimizing potential risks and losses in the event of bankruptcy or other financial distress? To enhance its intellectual property, IP, management and protection, thereby preserving its competitive advantage and minimizing potential risks and losses in the event of bankruptcy or other financial distress, a company can implement the following strategies and best practices. 1. Conduct an IP audit. The company should conduct a comprehensive IP audit to identify and catalog all its intellectual property assets, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, and domain names. This audit should also identify any IP-related risks, gaps, or vulnerabilities that need to be addressed. 2. Develop an IP management policy. The company should develop a comprehensive IP management policy that outlines the processes and procedures for creating, protecting, and utilizing its intellectual property assets. This policy should also establish clear roles and responsibilities for IP management and protection. 3. Implement IP protection measures. The company should implement robust protection measures to prevent IP theft or misappropriation. This may include using non-disclosure agreements, encryption, secure storage, and access controls to protect trade secrets and confidential information. 4. Establish a trademark and brand protection program. The company should establish a trademark and brand protection program to prevent unauthorized use or infringement of its brand names, logos, and trademarks. This program should include monitoring for trademark infringement, policing online marketplaces, and taking prompt legal action against infringers. 5. Patent portfolio management. The company should manage its patent portfolio by regularly reviewing and updating its patent applications, maintaining patent annuities, and enforcing its patent rights against infringers. 6. Licensing and partnerships. The company should establish clear policies and procedures for licensing its intellectual property to third parties. This should include negotiating licensing agreements that protect the company's IP rights, setting royalties and fees, and monitoring compliance with licensing terms. 7. Confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements. The company should require all employees, contractors, and partners to sign confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements to protect its trade secrets and confidential information. 8. Employee education and awareness. The company should educate and train its employees on the importance of IP protection and the measures in place to protect its intellectual property assets. 9. Monitoring and enforcement. The company should regularly monitor its intellectual property assets for infringement or unauthorized use and take prompt legal action against infringers. 10. IP insurance. The company should consider purchasing IP insurance to protect against IP-related risks and losses, including patent litigation and infringement claims. 11. IP valuation. The company should regularly value its intellectual property assets to determine their worth and potential sale value in the event of bankruptcy or financial distress. 12. IP security agreements. The company should consider executing security agreements that grant a lender or creditor a security interest in its intellectual property assets, providing an additional layer of protection in the event of default or bankruptcy. 13. IP-focused due diligence. The company should conduct IP-focused due diligence when acquiring or merging with other companies to identify potential IP risks and liabilities. 14. IP risk assessment. The company should regularly assess its IP risks and vulnerabilities to identify areas that require improvement or mitigation. 15. Collaboration with IP experts. The company should collaborate with IP experts, attorneys, and consultants to stay up to date with the latest IP laws, regulations, and best practices, and to seek advice on managing and protecting its intellectual property assets. By implementing these strategies and best practices, a company can enhance its intellectual property management and protection, thereby preserving its competitive advantage and minimizing potential risks and losses in the event of bankruptcy or other financial distress.